Today, I just woke up and I said, instead of waiting on a good day, waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said.
All right, and we are live. Good morning, everybody. This is Moeller&Barber, your digital mayor. That's my live.com, and I'm super excited about this morning because I'm sitting down with a dear friend that absolutely every day's mission is to make the world a better place because he's helping kids be better and reach their potential and their families and everything else. So I'm here with Art O'Hara today of the RClub, which is an amazing organization. And if you don't know about it, please spend the next 7 minutes with us today because we're a 7-minute daily web show sponsored by the Moeller&Barber real estate team. And today we're going to get to know a little bit about Art, but we're also going to get to know about this great organization that could help you, could help your family or your children or maybe a friend's child or something along those lines. So Art, thanks for being here, man.
Oh, thank you. This is great, Rob.
So cool. So we are live. We got some viewers on. So the first thing we always like to start with is tell us about you. I'd like to know a little bit more of your story.
Me. Well, I'm a St. Pete native.
Yeah.
Lived here almost all of my life, minus a couple of years in Tallahassee for graduate school, and then a couple of years in Pasco and part of Hillsborough, and then back to St. Pete. So pretty much a St. Pete person.
Guy.
Yeah. I like the changes the city's making. Growing up here, it was a sleepy city for old people, and now I go downtown and I'm one of the old people. So.
I'm feeling the same way recently. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. The change is nice, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. My father came here when he got out of the service after World War II.
Okay. As a lot of families did.
Yeah, and was from New Hampshire originally. Wanted no more cold weather. I mean, For him, Brooksville was too far north. So my parents ended up settling here, and been here ever since. So.
Well, how did you end up connecting with the RClub? How did that all happen?
Well, I don't know.
Because you're a Seminole, and so you came back after college.
Yeah, I went to FSU to get a degree in social work.
Okay.
A master's in social work. I had a bachelor's in political science and sociology from USF.
Yeah.
Went to FSU. Worked for a couple of years in the Pasco school system.
Okay.
As a school social worker.
I didn't know.
And then I had a friend that wanted me to apply for an executive director job at a place that's now closed, but it was called the San Antonio Boys Village. It was a small residential program for chronic delinquent teenage boys.
Okay.
In San Antonio, right outside Dade City.
Right.
So I thought, well, I'll apply for it. I don't have any experience running an agency, but I'll get experience interviewing with boards. And
sure.
They hired me. And I started there in November of 81. And it was a real challenge. Luckily, it was small. Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting. There were kids that had average about a dozen felonies. They were 11-year-olds to 17. Mm-hmm. And a majority from Pinellas.
Yep.
And we was very successful. We had a lot of parental involvement, a lot of work. Kids worked. Most of them we had developed a licensed wholesale nursery.
Yeah.
We did landscaping and sold wholesale and retail plants.
Yeah.
And had lawn care jobs like with the county and stuff. And kids made wages. They paid back their restitution before they got out.
Wow.
And it grew and ended up being a pretty successful program.
How long did you do that for?
I was there for just under 8 years.
Wow. So, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a good learning experience. It was 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted to come back to Pinellas.
Yeah.
When I started, we had our first child, and it was time to
look at the next steps.
Come back to an urban area.
Yeah.
So came back here and worked for a different agency, Family Resources, and then ended up with Children's Home Society, which was foster care adoptions, emergency shelter for abused kids. Did that for 7 years.
Wow.
And driving, I drove a lot. I covered a big territory.
Mm-hmm.
And when this job opened up, I thought, well, you know what? This is Pinellas only. So I applied and got the job, and I've been driving a lot less for my last 16 years here now, and enjoying every minute of it. And I get to see the kids earlier.
Sure.
You know, at the Boys Village, they were 14, 15, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and I could see A lot of them had very difficulty in reading.
Yeah.
They were way below grade level reading, math, and not good students, most of them. And you can see that starting, and there's a way to hopefully prevent that by getting involved in early education like we're doing, and school support in the before and after pieces. So
Gotcha.
hopefully some of those kids are not ending up in the juvenile justice system.
Yeah, no, exactly. So tell us a little bit about our club, so people that may not know anything. So what's our Club 101?
Well, we originally were Latchkey Services for Children. We were founded in 1976, targeting primarily elementary kids who used to go home with the key around the neck and unsupervised after school. That was the original purpose. Did that for a few years, and then it started to grow. We were the only provider in the county for a long time, and then that grew and grew. We expanded into middle schools and special needs programs like Nina Harris and Paul B. Stevens and Pinellas, and then started to look at what could we do even earlier on, and started to target preschools. So kids from infants, 8 weeks through 4, and targeted high-risk areas, low income, high risk, and now have established 11 preschools.
That's awesome.
We're serving early Head Start kids, a lot of low-income kids, some middle and upper income, depending on where the location is. We set up a couple of preschools that the plan is for them to generate excess revenue, and we use the excess funds to help fund the schools in the low-income areas, because living on the state rate, you can't run a high-quality program on that rate. So our goal is to run high-quality programs in the high-need areas.
Sure.
And we're headed that way.
How many kids do you think you guys serve on a daily basis?
We're about 4,500 kids a day.
That's awesome.
In both before and after school, in preschools, we have a 10 behavior specialists that work with preschool kids that are having trouble in their preschool placements. They may have a learning disability or some kind of issue, and we're doing a lot of work with the kid and the family and the staff to keep those kids from losing that placement. I mean, one of the biggest issues, and it's hard to believe, but expulsion from preschool is higher nationally than high school expulsion.
That's insane.
Kids go through stages, developmental stages. One of them is they bite.
Yeah.
And it's a stage that you have to work out of.
You got to understand it.
Most preschools don't want to deal with that. When there are effective ways of dealing with it, and it goes away.
Sure.
So we've been doing I think a really good job of keeping kids in their placements.
Gotcha.
And it's just better for the child.
Gotcha. So as far as our club goes, so it's not just the children, right? You guys help the families as well.
Yeah, we have a really cool program called Hippie.
Yeah, here we go.
I was going to laugh about that one, especially when my hair was ponytail length.
Yeah.
Home instruction for parents of preschool youngsters. It's a program that started in the 60s in Israel, and it's a series of home visitors that go into the home. It's very structured, and they go into the home once a week for 32 weeks.
Wow.
And teach the parent how to be the child's first teacher. It targets 3, 4, and 5-year-old kids, getting them ready for school.
Yep.
It was brought to America by the Clintons when Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas, and it helped improve, according to them, Arkansas had a very struggling, poor educational system, and they believe it made a difference. We have 17 hippie home visitors that target the whole county. We have a group in North County, and they're funded by the Juvenile Welfare Board. It gets some state funding through Hippie of Florida, which is a legislative appropriation, and then also some money from Juvenile Welfare Board and USF. And it's a very effective program getting kids ready for school. It has some of the highest school readiness rates, 86 to 92%.
Wow.
When they complete test ready for kindergarten.
That's awesome.
And it services, we target low-income, at-risk kids. A lot of the kids are English as a second language, so it's a very effective program. And go figure, teach the parents how to be
yeah, wow.
Not rocket science.
Yeah, funny how that works. Well, we are about over our time, but it's well worth it today.
That.
So no, it's good because I thought this was really important. I've really been wanting to sit down with Art, and I hope you guys are getting a look a little bit at what RClub is and what the exposure is to that. So if anyone wants to get involved, Art, or learn more about RClub, what's the best way to do that?
They can go to our website, which is rclub.net,
Yep.
rclub.net. They can call.
Okay.
They can look us up on Facebook. We're all over the social media and the web. And we have all kinds of volunteer opportunities. If you like to read, we have lots of readers that we use particularly in our preschools.
Mm-hmm.
4-year-olds still really like adults. They're fun. The 3-year-olds love it when you come in and sit down and read a book with them. Most of them know the book and they'll read it with you. And it's just, there's a lot of opportunity here. So
that's awesome.
To do something that help kids do better in school and do better in life.
That's awesome. Well, we always like to wrap up our show with a little bit of wisdom from our guests. So today, I've been waiting for this as well. What's a little bit of Art's wisdom that you'd like to impart upon anybody that may be watching this today?
I have any.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
Oh, well, I think that kids should focus on school. Sports are great. I think it's great to make it in professional sports. Very few do. If you make it in professional sports, you better be able to read your contract. So I think learning how to read and being good in math are two keys for success. And I think that as a community, and I know it's kind of a trite statement, but it does take a village to raise a child. And I think if we all work together, we can make a difference, and it's better for all of us.
I think that's one of the things that impresses me most about your leadership of RClub. What I've at least always seen is that you work with all of the organizations. I mean, you guys really partner with just about anyone if it makes sense to do it and accomplish the mission for the kids. Or the adults that you deal with. So. That's pretty awesome. Well, that's our time today, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a real quick plug. Go check out RClub, guys. It's a great organization to get involved in. They're doing a lot of great things. And if you love kids, or even if you need help maybe as a parent or in your home with your own kids, check out RClub. This organization has a culture that is true and authentic, and they're here to help. So I just absolutely love it. I promote it, and I hope you guys got some insights from this today. We're going to link it up in the comments. Make sure you check it out. Share this message. It needs to get out with everybody. But that's it. We always like to end by saying we love you, and go out and live that exceptional life that is Pinellas. And thanks for the time, Art.
Thank you, Rob. This was fun. Never been live on Facebook.
Well, there you go. There's the first. So, all right, everybody. Thanks, and have a super Tuesday, everybody. Bye.